Well, very bad endings for this poor girl. Is there any other green ones? Like any other false endings? No, all of them are grayed out. So, if anything is to go by, this is the conclusion. Is that the happy ending? That was as happy as you could get. Out of all the other bad endings, that was the happiest one. There wasn't mass murder, so that was happier than all of the others. Anyway, let's hope that the real, true ending is, you know, not bad. Yetsu Tsutsumi, 6 p.m. The Sumida River. All it took was to burn Ayame. Hey. How long has it been since we saw each other? 3 years? How have you been? I think the last time was when you came to see me after deciding to go to university. That wasn't because I wanted to see you. I just needed money to pay my tuition. Ha! Not one to mince words, eh? You came alone, right? Yeah. It's just me. You make it sound like I'm handing over ransom money for hostages. I just don't want to get caught, okay? Oh, yeah, okay. Never thought I'd see the day you called the police. There's something I need to see you about. Well, alright then. We've got a lot to talk about. So let's go through things one by one. The sun is starting to slip down into the horizon. This long, long day is about to end. We don't have to worry about Nijima's dread anymore. But I sure didn't expect this to happen. So there's really an ending where I just kill her immediately, right? Like I could just do that. Like the curse can just kill her immediately. Well, she called the police asking for me by name and demanded that I come meet her here alone. They asked what if I wanted to team up to set up a perimeter, but I had to them to stand down. I'm sure she might make a run for it, but I don't want her panicking. She has a curse stone. Besides, I'm not trying to take her in by force. About her curse stone. You have a curse stone, don't you? It's not telling me to do it. Like, I can. I do. You wouldn't happen to feel like handing it over, would ya? The police will handle any damages the curse caused. Now, before you do any more wrong with it. I'm not giving it up. Of course not. Me being a curse bearer, are you after my life? That's exactly what I'm here for. I didn't come to chat. We can talk all you want, but as soon as condition my curse is met, I'll use it. No hesitation. Or do you have more than one? How many curse stones do you have? 3. Not that it matters. 3, huh? I'm not handing them over. Do you have a talisman? Can I ask you one thing? Do you know anything about the talisman Michio Shiraishi had? Michio Shiraishi? The car crash you were in with that Namigaki guy. Oh, with Yutaro. Yeah, it was there. Yutaro. That sounds like... So you and him were... I mean... not really. He was kind of a boring guy. What? You're serious? But he said... You're getting off track, Mr. Tsutsumi. The talisman. Get back to the talisman. We shouldn't have relied on him for this. Oh my god. Well, if you don't plan on seeing him again, it doesn't matter. With the hit and run case on top of everything, you're really in deep. Is that really what you want to talk about? Yeah? I mean, no! Tell me about the talisman. Did you take it from the scene? You mean this? That's it. I picked it up at the scene of the crash. I didn't want to leave any fingerprints behind. That's all? There's really no other reason. What's the big deal? Is it really that special, this whole thing? Yeah. Yeah, it's real important. Would you mind giving it to me? Important? For what? For putting a stop to the curses of the 7 mysteries. Why didn't you just lie? Oh! So that means if I give you this talisman, I won't be able to use the right. Then no way. I'm definitely keeping it. Oh, I screwed that one up. Oh my god, but dude, you suck at this. Mr. Tatsumi, you really can't do any better than that? Come on, the talisman. Wait, surroundings. Looking for the bird. Birdie, where are you? Oh, where are they? They're over there. They're hidden pretty well if they are. If there is a bird, I have no idea. Will you give me the talisman? What? No way. I can't lose the right. Okay. Why do you want the right? Why are you willing to go so far for the right of resurrection? What do you want with it? Even if I told you, you wouldn't understand. You just call it stupid and dismiss the idea completely. Yeah, because any sane person would do that. Come on, I wouldn't do that. Maybe together we can think of a way for you to get what you want without resurrection. I want to bring Katsushika Hokusai back to life. The Hokusai? What? Hokusai the ukiyo-e artist? That Hokusai? You want to bring him back to life? That'd be quite the feat, yeah. Huh. That's... You... I heard you liked his art, but... Why would you do something so stupid? See? God! The only time I ever felt there was a place I belonged was when I was immersed in the dreamlike world of ukiyo-e. Though I'm sure you never noticed. Really? I had no idea. It saved me. Hokusai is the reason I'm still alive today. I didn't know you felt so hopeless. You would only realize it now, but it's too late. Feeling sorry won't do either of us any good. This art saved her. That's why she wants to murder everybody. From the moment I heard about the rite of resurrection, I knew that was my destiny. This is all I ever accomplished. I'll die happy. You're really serious about this? You were taken hostage? I'm sorry I couldn't save you from Nijima. Are you hurt? And there it is. That's so like you. Hokusai would disapprove. They would. What? You're only mentioning that now? Shouldn't that have been the first thing you asked me? Well, I was just... You're not worried about me? All you care is about yourself? Yeah. You're right. I've been selfish. I know. Oh, come on, Mr. Tatsumi. You could do better than that. You was good up there, huh? Damn, I'm doing terrible. I just go by in the... I'm fine. I managed to get away. Somehow or other. Alright. I'm glad. It's true. I went by the way, how are you? About your mom, how is she? Oh, is she? Yasuko, I mean. Although, to be fair, people are gonna die, so I kinda need to know about the curses. Mom? I haven't kept in touch with her. I've been on my own this whole time. I'm sure you reached out to her, though, haven't you? I did call her this morning, actually, just to make sure she was safe. She's been running around all over the place looking for you. Sounds like she's fine to me. Did you contact her after I called the police to tell her you heard of me? I did not. Damn. Well, I've heard you're into nightlife and staying out late these days. Didn't want her to worry more than she already was. You want to talk. Ozabafu Michika Nijima, huh? And I'll put this bluntly. Did you kill Nijima? And if I did, would you hide me from the police? Well, I don't know if I... That's what I thought. Your job is the only thing you really care about. Yes, I did it. You! I don't think he even knew I was a curse bearer. He brought me to those gardens, and I realized while he was talking to me that he fulfilled the condition of my curse. So I just gave it a shot. I didn't think it would actually activate. So there's no going back now. That's not true! You can still make things right before you make them worse! Then let me say it another way. This is my chance, and I won't throw it away. Your chance. Did Nijima say anything to you? He said a lot of bad things about you, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm not surprised there. So I said a lot of bad things about you back. I didn't want to be outdone. Harsh. In that sense, I felt just a little like he was my kindred spirit. No, no, no! Kindred spirit! What are you talking about? He's a dangerous criminal! But I'm a murderer now too, aren't I? Maybe we're not so different. No, you're different. Am I? Well, maybe not that different. Oh, but dude! But at least you're honest. It's a good thing you were honest, actually. I think if you lie to her, it's... I know I haven't been the best father. But I wonder, of all the fathers in the world, are there any who wouldn't cover for their child if they'd committed a crime? How should I know? You're the detective here. You must have seen plenty of cases like that. Oh boy. Yeah. Plenty of parents take the fall for their children, or give them a place to hide. As a person, it's wrong. But maybe, as a parent, it's the right thing to do. I don't know. But I think having a father like that would make it easier to go to him for advice if I did do something wrong. Maybe there's a sense of security in knowing that no matter what happened, you have at least one person on your side. Maybe he is lying to himself. It depends. I see. So that's what it would take to be on your side. I can't do that. That's okay. I wasn't really expecting you to. So Nijima really didn't tell you anything? Not really, no. We're going around in circles. I think I've let you talk enough. Mind letting me have a turn? By all means. You're hiding something. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? Well, if we say no, then the bad ending happens, so what bad ending will this be? I'm not. Wow, that's a bold declaration. Now then, let me tell you how my curse stone, the Taikos of Sagari, works. What? My curse bludgeons to death anyone I find out is hiding something from me. So if you try to cover something up that I know is true, I'll be able to use my curse on you. With that in mind, can I ask you one more thing? I get it. Why you wanted to see me. Let me tell you one thing first. Evergreen Beach has a similar condition. I can use my curse on anyone who tells me a lie. What? How is that fair? And you use that curse on me? As an officer of the law, it's inexcusable. But as a parent with a duty to his child, I have no other choice. Are you threatening me? Do you really think that's enough to convince me to do as you say? I don't want to use it either. But for your sake, I suggest you try not to lie. Go ahead then. If I lie, then so be it. Okay, I'm gonna ask. If you try to hide it now, you really will die. Am I your real daughter? I wonder. I'm just a baby you picked up to replace your stillborn, aren't I? And you could never bring yourself to tell me who my real parents were, so you kept hiding it. Still too much of a coward to tell me, huh? You don't like the truth, so you won't admit it. That my real parent is the man I was just with. Ayame! Is that all you have to say? Then I only have one answer for you. You are, honestly and truly, our daughter. Nothing more, nothing less. Even now, you're still trying to hide it. Why? Are you really that stupid? Boss! Boss! Why? Why is your pride worth dying for? No! Is he dying, actually? I should have known. Why? Why go this far to hide it? Ayame, listen. Huh? How? Ayame. Be proud. No matter what happens, you are our precious daughter. No way. How are you still alive? Because he believes it. He believes you're his daughter. I don't know what that piece of shit Nijima filled your head with. But you're not Shino. And you're not Ashino either. You're our daughter, Ayame Tsutsumi. Right. I guess it's Tono now. Well, that's fine too. Tsutsumi, Tono, both will always be a part of who you are. What? Why are you doing this? That's not true. The cursed power proves that it's not. Sure, you probably don't have many memories of us playing together. And I did leave everything at home to your mom. I was barely ever there for you. Even so, when I was working, no matter how grisly a crime scene I was at, all I ever wanted was for you to grow up, to be happy. That's it. Why say all this now? So, do one last thing for me. I want you to tell me the truth too. And if you lie to me now, I'm taking you with me. Stop, I can't. The mastermind behind all this, the one who awakened the curses of the 7 mysteries in order to use the right, wasn't you, was it? No, I wouldn't even know how to do that. And picking up Michio Shiraishi's talisman was just coincidence, right? Huh? Yeah, I already told you that. Good. Hearing that, I can rest easy. You're nothing like Nijima. You can stand on your own 2 legs. You can keep living without escaping into a fantasy. You can hate me. You can dream all the crazy dreams you want. Just don't ever stop trying to do good. You're a victim of a curse, too. It's not too late to atone for the hit and run, for using the curse. Don't run away. You can still make things right. I know you can, because you're my daughter. And after that, just live the best life that you can. Dad! Boss! Boss! Bro. Dude, this sucks. That day at 6:18 p.m., Ayame Tono was taken into custody. Tetsuo Tsutsumi's death was confirmed at the same time. The 5 curse stones possessed by Tsutsumi, as well as the 3 given up by Ayame, lost their curse bearers. This temporarily extinguished their spirit power, allowing Mio Kurisuzu to obtain them and seal them away without difficulty. The Yin talisman possessed by Ayame Tono was recovered and entrusted to Mio Kurisuzu as well. Thus, any massacre that could potentially be caused by this iteration of the curses was prevented before it could ever happen. Or so it seemed. There's one more left! Do good, he says. Yeah, it's a little hard. Alright, let's read these memories. Killed by bludgeoning one who was discovered to be hiding something from the curse bearer. Resentful memory. The deep sound of drums once more reverberates through the night air. How long has it been since we started hearing them each day? Could it be coming from the daimyo's residence? I've heard they have a drum in their fire watchtower instead of wooden clackers. But I don't see a fire. So why are they sounding the drum? Then one morning a body was found. Isn't that old man Kanzo, the Okuyo-e painter? He lived nearby, but had been down and out for years. Despite his best efforts to sell his works, every now and then his granddaughter would visit, and he would teach her to paint. It was the old man's only pleasure. One day his granddaughter told him about her dreams. Curses, souls, resurrections. Hearing her tale, the old man was gripped by a sudden zeal and began to paint with great fervor. His work quickly became famous, enchanting all those who viewed the strange imagery. Even the daimyo had taken notice. What could possibly have happened? The people whispered amongst each other. Looked almost as if he had been beaten like a drum. This girl cannot be saved. My only guess as to why I'm sort of iffy on it is because she held the curse sting, and it gives you a strong feeling to murder. That and her being possessed by a ghost kind of made her go crazy. It's my only idea on what's going on with that. And I don't blame her entirely too much. But she's also kind of seems already crazy a little bit herself. It's weird. Alright, the one-sided read kills by dismemberment. One whose face, address, name, age, occupation, location are all known by the curse bearer. Okoma was a lovely woman. She was spirited, worked hard, and lived a frugal yet pleasant life until her husband hanged himself. My husband, a swindler. Who would believe such a thing? Okoma was determined to clear her husband's name. That is when she met Tomezo, a man that was a stranger to these parts. Mayu got, but she shook it off like it was nothing. True, that is true. She does have a strong sense of will. Daimyo's, that is when she met Tomozo, the man stranger to these parts. This man must be one of the daimyo's spies. It appears that after my husband, I will be next. So be it. But what is he hunting for? Okoma, putting on airs of a woman mourning her husband, went to the bridge nightly to seek information from Tomezo. She soon discovered that she was right, and that her husband had been deceived. Okoma decided to bring her newfound knowledge to Daimyo, much to Tomezo's alarm. Angered at having been misled, he confronted her on the bridge. But Okoma would not listen. She cursed him, called him vile names, and eventually his patience had worn thin. Blood splattered everywhere by the time he had returned to his senses. It was already too late. He looked over the bridge into the river of blood. below and saw a corpse of a woman missing both an arm and a leg. This is about a man who gets beaten, but he's also an Okuyo painter. So the Tsugaru going to her is very apropos. Sorry for keeping you so late, Mio. I can't take my mind off the curse bearer who was never found. Oh, it's no problem for me. I usually work at night anyway. Did you see Yako home safely? Yep. We sent her home in a patrol car earlier. Apparently she put up quite a fuss, saying she wanted to see things through to the end. Thank you. The Feast of Shadows was starting to take effect, so it would have been dangerous. Oh, now we're him. 8 p.m. With no one around, this place is silent as a grave. I want to go out at night in these parts after everything that's happened over the past 2 days. It's only been 2 days, huh? Oh, a bird! Mockingbird number 20 discovered! Yes! The 20th one, we missed a couple. Budgie Mary. Bougie Mary? Oh, damn. Okay, it's either Yoko or Ario. Okay, that's how you say his name. June Ario, yes. Perfect. It's the last two curse bearers that I can only assume are it. So much has happened this evening, but it's still not over. We haven't found the curse bearer of the Whispering Canal, and we still have to put a stop to these curses. Oh, what up, Mio? Oh. Oh, what's wrong? Next is Detective Ario. What? Excuse me, what's going on? I can't get my mind off the remaining curse stone, the Whispering Canal, and who the mastermind is. We have to deal with that thing before I can worry about any of that. How's it going with the 2 talismans? Have you figured out the location of the Record of Fate's Yin scroll? I have, more or less. When I combined the contents of the 2 talismans, they formed a seal which could be undone. The things inside the talismans that looked like scraps of wood were actually a tiny scroll kept folded up by a seal. Who'd have thought the talismans actually contained the scroll itself? So that's the Yin scroll then. What did it say? Well, there's one more seal we have to undo to open the scroll. It's giving me some trouble, so I was actually hoping you could help me out. Okay, unlocking the seal. Got it. Sure thing. I don't know what I'll be able to do, but let me at it. Wow, I didn't expect you to be so eager to help. It's oddly reassuring. Okay, let's see. There are 5 seals holding the scroll shut. I think we have to remove them in the correct order. Each seal has a different design. A carp, a light, a beech leaf, a taiko drum, and a reed. Remove the 5 seals in the right order. Okay. If we get it wrong, is it gonna, go boom? Huh? No. We'll just have to try again. I tested it once already. Oh, you already tried it yourself. So brave. I think it's devised so the seal can only be undone if the curses for the right have already been unleashed. And I think there's a hint to opening it inside, hidden in something related to the curses. Just let me know when you're ready. I can't see the phone booth. Is there any other surroundings that I can see? Consult with Mio first. It won't explode or anything, so we might as well give it a try. I see. Okay. As well on the 5th slot. Let's remove the seals. Remove the 5 seals in the correct order. Beckoning light, haunting clappers. Oh, these are the numbers. Wait, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What's number 1? The Whispering Canal's number 3, so goes in. I have an idea. Okay, let me look at this real quick. Actually, it's probably best if I look at the other thing real quick. I took a photo of it with my phone, but actually I should probably have this as a photo of my phone. Because I'm bad at memories. Bad at memorizing things. Never burning lantern. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me to check my posture. Okay. So it would hopefully be in the order here, right? In this order. Carp, light, beech leaf, techodrum, reed. So carp is probably canal. And then beckoning light. Unless there's actually... Yeah, no, it's in the order of the files. So it's probably not this order. I don't think that was right. Nope, no good. So it has to be in the order of the actual stories. Chronological. Guess it makes sense for each such an important document to be sealed so tight. It might help to talk things over with Mio if I get stuck. What do you got? Any hints, Mio? Do you recognize any of the things on these seals? They look sort of familiar. Maybe there'd be something in our files. I see, okay. So yeah, no, they are the files, that's for sure, but... I would need to know the order of the stories. That's hard to remember all of them. I've been playing this game for a long time. So there's only a couple we have to know, though. Some are not as important as the others. It's the canal, the light, the beach, Tycho, and then the reed. Infamous... Okama was a lovely woman. She was spirited, worked hard, frugal, pleasant life, till her husband hanged himself. So the hanging happened. Toki left fishing when I found Junichi. One day, her father disappeared. Toki's mother went to look for him. Toki continued alone. Mother, father, where'd you go? Don't leave me behind. The beckoning light. Light. It's the man hunched over near death with regret in his face. Memories of a young couple and their daughter, but he has lost everything. He had repaid the kindness shown to him with evil. The regret gnaws at him now. It's too. This, I think, is last. This has to be. Okay, so this has to be last. So light is last. Let me actually write it down. It's good to take some notes. I'll make a little note tab here. Is 5 being light, because this seems to be after all the murder happened. So, and I'm starting to see a connection here. So the canal is about Toki, her father, so it's a child, and she's lost her parents, both the father and the mother. And Okoma is the mother who gets murdered, and not that one. It's one-sided read. This is the murder that happens to her. The husband had to have hanged himself first. This is bludgeoning, though, not hanging. Wait. How long has it been since we started hearing them each day? Could it be coming from the daimyo's residence? Oh my Kanyo Kenzo. And then one morning a body was found. It's that old man Kanzo. The beach. So-called rite of resurrection. He deceived us with his so-called rite of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark art swings from the rope. They thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the daimyo's mansion that morning. The local man named Jinkichi was known for his... So the hanging still had to happen before. This is still before, right? Akuyo boom. The prosperity that the Ukiyo-i boom brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state, as sentenced to a cruel fate. Perhaps he ended his own life unable to bear the weight of his crime. But dead men tell no tales. Even in his death, he hung there for days, so his neck stretched horrifically, visage of pain etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died. The beech tree's leaves still have fallen later to the man's body hanging from it. Was it last? Or was it first? God damn it. This is hard. Trying to piece together, like, what is the first? What is the last? I feel like Carp has to be last, because the parents are all dead by this point. She's looking for her children. The sound of water splashing echoed through the night air. A passerby thought it only is fish in the canal. Splashing faded, silence returned to the lonely night. Maybe Fool's Procession is last. Okay, Carp. There's light. The beckoning light. It's a man hunched over near death. With regret carved in his face, visions of the past flashed through his mind. A young couple and their daughter, but he lost everything. He repaid. Perhaps in another life I can fulfill my dreams. Even if this body perishes, I can atone for my sins. Okay, there's light. So let's just say the light is last for now. The beach. And... then they hanged them. So maybe he hanged first. This is him hanging right now. Local man... a local named Jinkichi. I thought someone maybe faked it. The rite of resurrection for now. What I don't get is the read. No, not the read. That's not what I get. Hanged himself. Is foot washing in here? A Taiko drum. A Taiko Suguru. This is what I don't get, because it's... the right stick is not working, I don't know why. Deep sound of drums once more reverberates from the night air. How long has it been since we started hearing them each day? Could be coming from the daimyo's residence. I've heard they have a drum in the fire watchtower instead of wooden clackers, but I don't see a fire. So why are they sounding the drum? Then one morning a body was found. Is that old man Kanzo? The Ukiyo-i painter. He lived nearby. And one of his best efforts to sell his works. Every now and then his granddaughter would visit, and he would teach her to paint. It was the old man's only pleasure. One day his granddaughter told him about her dreams, curses, souls, resurrection. Hearing her tale, the old man was gripped with sudden zeal and began to paint with great fervor. His work quickly became famous, enchanting all those who viewed the strange imagery. Even the daimyo had taken notice. What could possibly have happened? The people whispered amongst each other. It looked almost as if he was been beaten, like a drum. The daimyo murdered him. But when was this? Was after or before? Kanzo dies when hearing from a girl. Okay, if the girl is the girl from the canal, then she's still alive, and he dies then? I'll make a decision that maybe Taiko was first. It's hard. You can do it. I could try. Then there's light. I feel like this is all after. Young couple and their daughter. He has lost everything. We said light. Yeah, we already said light was the last. I might keep going back to this. The beach leaf. This was either first or second. I'll put 1 and 2 as a note for beach. Looks like a half. What comes after beach? Well, okay. The canal has to... But the mom has to die. So then it's Reed. Was it Reed? Yeah, the Reed is the most gruesome one. So let's say that's 3 or 4. No, Reed is 3. And then 4 is... Actually, has nothing to do with this, right? No, it does not. The canal. Okay. You know, it ends with the man being depressed. But it also could be if he's depressed, then they find him and then they hang him. Or, no, he's not depressed and they hang him. He hangs and then... No. Not that one. This either happens at the end or the beginning. This is going to happen like all after everything has happened. He heard stories of his Kanzo. This is about Kanzo. We didn't read the ones I didn't read that much. Hang on. Who would believe such a thing? Okama was determined to clear her husband's name. That is when she met Tomezo, a man that was a stranger in these parts. This man must be the one of daimyo spies. It appears that after my husband I will be next, so be it. But what is he hunting for? Okama, putting the airs of a woman mourning her husband, went to the bridge nightly to seek information from Tomezo. She discovered she was right, and that her husband had been deceived. Okama newfound knowledge of the daimyo, much to Tomezo's alarm. Angered at having been misled, he confronted her on the bridge, and Okama would not listen. She cursed him, called him vile names. Blood splattered everywhere. He looked over the bridge, a river of blood, and saw the corpse of a woman missing both an arm and a leg. And after this happens, he's very depressed about it, if he is the guy that did it. Maybe this is last. They went to Old Man Kanzo because they were like... He's like, well, your family was pissed me off, so I'm murdering you. That could be it. We should try. Let's go with this idea. Then, the idea that if the beach instead is last... No. Okay, so I wrote Taiko as first, but what if this one's... I mean, the Taiko is last. Beach has to be first. It goes beach, canal, No, beach, reed, canal, light, then Tycho. Maybe. Let's go with that idea for now. Beach just starts it all off. Taiko drum ends it. So, it's beach. Then the reed. Then the carp. Then the light. Then the drum. No. Let's try the other formation then. If he's alive when this happens. Let's try drum was first then. Then the beach happened. Then reed. Then carp, then light. There we go! Yippee! So the old man, the ukiyo painter died first. He was a grandpa, probably. Okay, we did it! Wow, you got it right! It's open! Getting it in just 3 tries. That's great! Nice job! Oh, alright, I was being quizzed? It was easier than I thought. I just looked at which event followed which. Now we can finally read what's written inside. Let's see. Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. It is said that Seimin Tsuchi Mikado, author of the Record of Fates, wrote the Yin Scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved in Honjo incident might be cursed. Yin Scroll. The text has been preserved in the form of 2 talismans by Hajime Yoshimi and Michiyo Shiraishi. It contains the account of the Honjo incident and the following written in Seimin's hands. I bequeath this scroll to the future generations to be used in the event the calamity should arise from the grievous incident. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place and cast my rite of cleansing and expel the rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is, my curse echo. My body, that is, a living continuation of my bloodline. And my spirit, that is, my own consciousness. But we need a continuation of the bloodline, then. I see. What does it say? First, a detailed account of the tragedy surrounding the Rite of Resurrection that occurred in Honjo back in the Edo period. The whole story of what we call the Honjo incident is laid out clearly. That incident is the origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo and their curses, right? Yes, the resentment of the victims of the incident turned into curses, which are the curse echoes. The contents are organized like an answer sheet, so it doesn't give us the information we need. Ah. Is there anything else? Yes. Here's what we've been looking for. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event of an incident, it says clearly. Oh, you foresaw all this happening. And it continues. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather the 3 items in place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. Got the fail attempts, that's funny. Also, I gonna have to use the bathroom to get a lot of water, I'm sorry. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast the rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo. My body, that is the living continuation of my bloodline, and my mind, that is my own consciousness. Huh, so if we gather these 3 things in one place, the Seimin's rite of cleansing will activate and completely negate the curses and the rite of resurrection. Oh, that's it! That's exactly what we need. The 3 things are Seimin's soul, body, and mind. It says the soul is Seimin's curse echo. His curse echo? So Seimin himself is part of the 7 mysteries? Now that you mention it, Mr. Araishi said something along those lines before. There's another hint written here. My curse echo holds my curse. My curse brings ruin to curse bearers. What kind of hint is that? Maybe it'll make more sense as we keep looking. But will the curse echo still appear if the curse bearer is already gone? Next, the body is a descendant of Seimin's, it seems. Wasn't Yoshimi a relative of Seimin? He and Michio Shiraishi, who had the other talisman. Both of them are already passed by the time the iteration of the curses was unleashed. Damn, that's true. What are we gonna do? His bloodline was also split up. There have to be others. Oh, there's another note here too. Where? Is it another hint? As for the body, seek not only one who bears my blood, but one with strong spirit sense. Such an individual will be able, if a spirit attempts to possess them, to instead take control of that spirit themselves. So it says. Do we know anyone like that? I can't think of anyone. Let's move on for now. Next is the mind. What's the difference between the mind and the soul? In paranormal theory, it said that humans are made up of soul, body, and mind. The mind is essentially thought to be the part of the spirit that makes up one's consciousness, or oneself. It's like driving. The body is the car, the soul is the control system, and the mind is the driver. I see. I think that makes sense. So, is there a hint for finding that one too? Well, let's see. There's this. Should the rite of resurrection be activated elsewhere, so too shall my mind be awakened there. Simon tried to seal away the rite of resurrection, but before he could, Ashino stole the record of fates. So as countermeasure to the rite being activated, he made it so that his mind would be released from the seal. Okay. What does that actually mean? What it means is, Simon's mind awoke the night the rite was activated, and must be possessing someone out there, right now. What? So we have to get that person together with everything else. Alright, so we have to find the curse echo, the descendant, and the person who possesses Seimin. Then we just get them together in one place and we'll be good to go. Right, but there is one thing. The second and third ones could both be the same person. Oh. But who could that be? If it's like how Michio lost her memories when she was possessed by Yako, Seimin's consciousness might not be aware of who it really is. So if he learned the truth, would he start to act of his own accord? Oh, then that person could already be... Oh, hold on a second. Someone's coming this way. Huh? Excuse me, could I interrupt for just a moment? She's back! It's Yoko! Who might you be? Would you buy this empty can of juice I just finished drinking for 10,000 yen? Huh? I'll even throw in these bones for some fried chicken. It can't be a deal like this. I don't really want them. Don't say that. Come on, they're delicious. Actually, I thought I might just have a picnic right here. Won't you join me? Sorry. Don't run. Don't walk away from her. I don't understand. What should we do? Well, it's not like we need to this exact spot. We can't do anything with other people around. Let's just move somewhere else. No! Sorry, we're in the middle of something, so we'll just be on our way. Fuck. Oh! It hurts! Oh! This is a curse! No! Yoko, how could you? Well, that sucked. There's gotta be a different ending, right? There's gotta be a better way to solve this. So, Yoko had that curse, this curse echo in this timeline? Shit. Storyteller. So what now? Is that it? Is that really how it ends? You have my heartfelt thanks for all your hard work thus far. This brings the story of the 7 mysteries of the Honjo to a close. And who could have foreseen such a conclusion? Unfortunately, it seems the so-called mastermind was one step ahead of you. It's some bullshit! She remains hidden, leaving behind no evidence. Perhaps there's truly no way to stop her. However, should you find that this conclusion is not to your liking, by all means, please pursue a different path. You've done it once before, so I'm sure you already know how. With that, I shall be taking my leave. I've been your humble storyteller. Good night.
Oh, mean. You don't even tell us how, huh? You jerk. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be. How? So Yoko was the mastermind, who... She's obviously the key. But I don't know what to do. Recollection with Yoko. Maybe we'll do recollection again. This cute ass girl. And definitely the other thing. This is a story that takes place in the late Edo period. There was once a family that lived in the row houses, Honjo. The family consisted of Netsuke craftsman Jinkichi, his wife Koma, and their daughter Toki. They enjoyed a poor but happy existence. One day they took a man by the name of... who claimed to be a shimoji. He was on the run for having barely escaped his life from something or another and wound up in Honjo. The tough circumstances had left him sick and destitute. Jinkichi felt sorry for the man and decided to shelter him. The stranger was deeply grateful for the kindness and care of Jinkichi's family, as without it, he would have surely died. And told them, thusly, on the day of his departure, I want to give you my thanks, but unfortunately I have nothing of value. He paused and asked, is there anyone you want to bring back to life? It turned out that the man's true name was Tsuchimikado Seiman, a descendant of renowned Onmyonji, and he had been researching the fabled rite of resurrection. For his crime in unearthing his forbidden rite, he was chased out by his family. But he wrote down everything about the spell in a book he named The Record of Fates while on the run. Whoever sought to perform the rite would need to kill people and gather their soul dregs. Seiman had only researched the rite out of the spirit of inquiry, but thought himself willing to use the rite if it was for the sake of Jinkichi's family. However, Jinkichi shook his head. Sacrificing someone is unthinkable. We didn't help you because we wanted something in return, so you owe us nothing, he said. Declining the unbelievable offer, Seiman bowed his head in gratitude countless times. At those words, he left their house. In the same area, there lived an ukiyo-e artist known as Old Man Kanzo. His art didn't sell much, but he often looked after Toki while Jinkichi and Koma were out working. Young Toki heard Seiman's talk about the rite of resurrection, but being too young to comprehend it, regaled it to Old Man Kanzo as a story of fiction. Old Man Kanzo, inspired by the story, filled with renewed vigor, put his heart and soul into the next painting. The piece, centered around the theme of resurrection, became an instant hit in town. Jinkichi, being a shrewd businessman, saw an opportunity and jumped on the bandwagon and carving Netsuke. By carving Netsuke connected to Old Man's ukiyo-e, he made up stories about his Netsuke, telling people that their blessings were connected by resurrection, and his business rapidly flourished. That man unknowingly left a wonderful gift, thought Jinkichi and his family, but they were unaware of the tragedy that would soon unfold. Before long, the word of Old Man Kanzo's wonderful ukiyo-e reached the ears of the local daimyo, and he was summoned to the Lord's residence. But what awaited him was not praise, but cruel torture at the hands of Ashino, a female onmyoji who was in pursuit of Seiman. It was her who pressured Seiman into researching the rite of resurrection, which she secretly planned to use to preserve her beauty for all eternity. Ashino took advantage of the fact that the daimyo's heart was weak and frail following the loss of his family, and manipulated him into capturing Old Man Kanzo, the source of the recent rumors about the resurrection. Tell me where you heard the rite of resurrection, Ashino demanded. As the brutal beating continued, it was said that the eerie sound of the beatings rang out like the beating of a taiko drum night after night, reaching even the watchtower of the Tsugaru residence. In the end, Ashina's cruel torture secured her the information on Jinkichi's family and the existence of the Record of Fates. The daimyo sent the chief retainer to bring in Jinkichi and the torture resumed afresh with the new captive. This time she intended to obtain the whereabouts of Seimin and the location of the Record of Fates. Jinkichi didn't know where Seimin went, but even if he did, he had no intention of telling us and stubbornly kept his mouth shut. The torture was pushed too far, and Jinkichi was unintentionally killed before he spoke a word. The daimyo had Jinkichi's corpse hanged from a beech tree and declared that, unable to bear the guilt of the crime of deceiving the masses with false rumors of resurrection, Jinkichi had committed suicide. This too was all part of Ashino's plan to send a message to the common folk, especially in the increasing numbers of those who sought the right for themselves. Here's what happened. Jinkichi spread to the people lost interest in the right, wondering if the stories of resurrection were all but a lie. But rumors that the daimyo's word was perhaps not all that truthful spread quickly. Then a dancer claimed to have witnessed the chief retainer's cold-blooded handiwork firsthand, and Honjo fell into unrest once more. The chief retainer arrested the girl and proposed a deal to put a stop to the rumors. The girl was to say she just wanted attention to retract her story, but saying it was entirely made up. In exchange, she would be given a most wondrous stage to perform on. But when the day came, she was suffocated by a mask prepared for the performance. Unbeknownst to her, the mask had been covered in glue as part of a plan to kill and silence her. Koma never believed for a moment that her husband, Jinkichi, had committed suicide. She was certain someone was behind the death and asked around persistently for names, addresses, and any other information she might have on people in connections with the daimyo. The chief retainer would not allow things to escalate any further and had Tomezo, a ronin who once served as a spy, go after her. However, she turned the tables on him, shouting, "It was you who killed my husband, wasn't it?" Confronted with the accusation, Tomezo flew into a blind rage and cut Koma down in broad daylight. Ordered to take responsibility for his failure by committing seppuku, he exposed the daimyo's plot as he disemboweled himself by the lantern of the soba cart used to give coded signals. Oh wow, these stories are connected, yeah. With both her parents gone, through millions unbeknownst to her, Toki found herself to be all alone. One day late at night, she went searching for her parents and met her doom falling into a canal where she drowned. Meanwhile, the chief retainer had made no headway whatsoever in finding Seimin's whereabouts, and since Ashino decided to set fire to his residence, burning him alive. Wow. In truth, all those connected to these events thus far were cursed by Ashino, so that their souls would turn into soul dregs upon death, which she had been collecting. All she needed to perform the right now was to get her hands on the Record of Fates. Seeing that there was something serious at work behind the recent string of strange events in Honjo, Seimin returned to find he was too late. He broke down in tears when he learned of the unfortunate and unnatural deaths of Jinkichi's family had met. Seimin realized it was the handiwork of Ashino, when he found their soul dregs had been collected, and decided he had to prevent any further sacrifices from happening, and confronting her on Honji Bridge. What ensued was a fierce battle of spells that endured till the break of dawn, though those who did not know any better only saw what they believed to be eerie flashes and supernatural orbs of light. At the end of the long battle, Ashino defeated Seimin and obtained the Record of Fates, but he had placed a curse upon her foot. Ashino dragged her foot, corrupted and horribly inflamed, and sought refuge at the nearby residence of a retainer and angrily demanded they wash her foot. Ashino died, then and there, filled with agony, and her foot cursed and rotten. Seimin, too, having sustained serious wounds during the fight, died that day on Honji Bridge. Still filled with regret. However, Seimin came back to life, knowing that there would be enough soul dregs in place. During their confrontation, he had prepared a spell that would activate the Rite of Resurrection upon his passing. Feeling that his curiosity was responsible for the terrible tragedy that had unfolded, he was left with a keen understanding of why the Rite of Resurrection was forbidden and became determined to seal it away. Indeed, the reason he'd resurrected himself was not for that very purpose. However, he did not know what had become of the Record of Fates. With nothing to seal away, he instead used the remaining soul dregs to turn 9 of the Netsuke made by Jinkichi into ritual implements to be sealed away in Honjo. He placed a spell so that should someone try to activate the Rite of Resurrection again, all 9 pieces will awaken at once. And to pass the whole truth to these events to future generations, he wrote everything down in the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll, to pass it down to his descendants. Meanwhile, the townspeople kept silent about the incidents out of fear of being cursed. However, these occurrences were so strange that gossip about it couldn't truly be contained. Over time, the details became more and more vague as these stories grew into legends, and that is how they came to be called the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Okay. That's interesting to know. In the last part of the story, he initiates the rite on Honji Bridge. Maybe we have to collect it. We have to collect the soul. It's getting late, so... yeah, sure, fine. Tell me a hint to what to do, because I would like to finish this game tonight. Also, tell me, is there how much longer is there to the true ending of this game? Like, is it a long experience? Like, because it is already 10 o'clock, and I may not be able to finish it if I have to get to bed early. Not much longer. Okay. Then I can go a little longer. What is a hint? Like, am I even on the right track? I think I'm kind of getting there. You are close. All right. Oh, so obviously I'm correct that this man has to have, like, when the thing happened, he got possessed. Obviously, Shogo Oki is the only. He needs to get that beckoning light. I mean, he never gets it. And... because I remember during a conversation that he has high spirit sense, like during the original conversation. You still have to figure things about Yoko. That's what I was also thinking. I was trying to figure things out about Yoko, but I couldn't do that in the time. Maybe I should try again at the beginning. Wait, wasn't there... God, there was one moment in the game where we saw a spirit. But I don't remember when it was. It was such a long time ago when I played this. We saw like a little lantern, but that was after Yoko died, I think, right? Was it after she died? I think it was. Yeah, there was a spirit that I saw while I was looking around after she died. You're like, what the fuck happened? Oh my god, I got the thing. Oh. Actually, alright, let's just go past this. I think this is... What a fun little jump scare. Finding the cursed stone. Talking to Takumi. Is that a cursed stone or it's straight cursed stone here? To get this, I become the Whispering Canal. Oh, maybe it's before I pick up the cursed stone. Like, I'm not supposed to pick this one up. I'm supposed to pick up a different one. Hang on. Let's check. The spirit should be here. It's not here anymore. Right, maybe because I picked this up, then this other one goes away. Damn it. I remember something was here. Whether or not it was during this moment, or during another moment with Yoko, I'm not sure. But, since I'm on the right track, I'm just gonna look it up. We're right at the end of the game. I need to just continue it. Like, we're so right on the right track. I remember the moment. I just don't remember exactly when it was, so... Another conclusion. This is the hardest thing to unlock because unlike the others, the story chart will not indicate where this chapter can be unlocked by having it chapter screen. Yeah, I see it. There it is. It's fucking this little image. I remember this. Yeah, I found it before. I remember finding it before, and it's like, what the fuck is that? It's like a weird ghost thing, but then it just sort of didn't. You need to play through the Shogo Oki chapter part 3. This can be done when speaking to Takumi. Oh. Choose from start to Takumi up. Okay. So it was after I picked it up. Okay. I was so close. I finally I nailed it down almost. I was like, there was a ghost. Help me. There you are. Huh? The hell is that? Looks like a light floating in midair. Get it! Get the fucking light! What am I giving my curse stone? What if I can't have this curse stone because I have the other one? If I give him mine... Hey man, do you want my curse stone? I'll give it to you. So about my curse stone. About the other curse bearers. Let's get closer! Let's come closer. Is this another one of the 7 mysteries? It looks like a will-o'-the-wisp, maybe. Was there anything like that in the 7 mysteries? Touch it. Huh? Takumi, hold on. I have to touch this thing. Am I supposed to touch it? Oh, here we go! It's so fucking tricky. What a mean thing to do. Cleansing. In the body, soul, and mind of Seimin, Tsuchimikado, have all been brought together. The rite of cleansing is activated, dispelling all rituals and curses that have previously been performed. My. Finally, you have arrived at this juncture. I expected no less from you. That would mean that you have managed to bring everything to light. Though there is the possibility that you have wound up here by chance. So before I take you any further, I must ask you a number of questions about what exactly the soul, body, and mind of Seimin Tsuchimikado are. Firstly, which curse echo represents the soul of Seimin Tsuchimikado? That's aviation, I guess I got this wrong. Oh wow, very appropriate that was the first image. The beckoning light. Yes, that is exactly it. After his defeat at the hands of Ashino in the Honjo incident, Seimin wondered about Hononji. The form of his curse echo changed over time with the legend he left behind. This is the curse echo which was acquired by Mayu Chozawa. But when called forth by Seimin's body and mind, it appeared momentarily before him. Let's continue. Who served as the self? Who served as the self of Seimin Tsuchimikado? Who was in his body? His descendant who carried his blood in their veins? Who is Seimin's self? This one is also tricky. Who carries his blood in his veins? I mean, you mentioned Mayu, but we're also Oki. No, Mayu's not the descendant. It's 2 of them. But we could also go Shogo Oki. Let's try Shogo, I guess. We'll save here. Because he doesn't really carry the blood, but he's like a supernaturally gifted. so to say. Keep forgetting that the goddamn select is this one. I switched the damn select button to be the bottom button. I really gotta stop doing that. Correct again. Although Shogo-oki was born to an ordinary family, the blood of a distant relative ran thick in his veins. In truth, the same is true for Yoko Fukunaga. She was also one who had the blood of a distant relative coursing through her. In her case, it was Ashino. Seimin and Ashino, fated to meet again, all these hundreds of years later. Now for my final question. Who is the mind of Seimin Tsuchimikado? Tell me the name of the person whose consciousness was directly tied to his. Well, they're one and the same, but I'm gonna save it just in case. Oh, I see. You believe it to be Shogo. I'm afraid that it is not. The answer to this is most important, so please answer me once more. The mind of Seimin Tsuchimikado. Tell me the name of the person whose consciousness was directly tied to his. Okay. Hang on. Let me go back. I want to go back. All right. You? Okay, I can go back now. Not what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do either. Whoops. What the? Okay. Go do this. Go to here. Go to all the album photos that I've taken. Should the writer of the elsewhere? So too shall my mind be awakened there. If a spirit attempts to possess them, to instead take control of that spirit themselves. Wait, there's still remnants of it, of her, there. Wasn't there? That's what she said. In Yako, she believed Michio had still a remnant stuck in there. So it's either Michio or Yako. But maybe it isn't. It is not. Oh man. Now number 3. Burger King foot lettuce. Not. It is not. Who is the mind of Seimin Tsuchimikado? Maybe it's just Seimin. I mean, it's just his ghost. It's literally him. It's like, he's literally the guy.
Oh, I'm so bad at this.
Well, Mayu. You mentioned Mayu. So, wait, did we mention already Mayu? I felt like we did. We did mention Mayu. Maybe we didn't. Well, if I think Mayu was possessed by... Nope. We're on the right track. Mayu was possessed by somebody. It had to have been... Hajime. Oh my god. I just put that there. Just fucking there. Well, it could also just be... All of them have to be present at that place, right? That's my only guess. Takumi? I mean, he was there. Oh my goodness. I'm close to just looking up this answer as well. Man, this is hard. She said that the... I thought they had to be the same. Yoko. Which would be wild to think about. I don't know why Yoko would be doing this. I'm trying to select this place. Who was the ultimate mastermind? That it was Yoko. Ashino. Ashino, I guess, is technically the ultimate mastermind in a sense. Who started it all? Gonna say this will be very funny if it's correct. Okay, my game just froze. Audio is correct, right? I don't know why that happened. The game was like, how dare you do that? That was my guess too. I was like, yeah, Aero, why not? Fuck it, I don't know, man. I'm going through the entire list. Okay, Ayumi. Is her name Ayumi this time? I'm always wrong in saying her name. Ayame. What? She didn't start it, did she? I thought she didn't. She's not even there. The storyteller. Yeah. I'm going to go with that too. I actually did kind of think about the storyteller maybe being kind of close. Can I even type that in? It would make sense. You can't even type that. Storytell. Storytell. Dude didn't do this stuff, right? I thought she did. Or was she... At least I was thinking that she did. Natsui, how do you Mayu get the fax number? By having a spirit connected to her. That was definitely the case. But I put there was a spirit that was connected to Seimon's. At least I thought that was Seimon or somebody. But also, I put Mayu, I put Hajime. It didn't work. Maybe I misspelled her name. Oh, man. Couple more guesses, and I just go for a look-see. It's not Mayu. With the mind of Seimon Tsuchimikado, whose consciousness was directly tied to his. Wait. The fucking way. Are you saying you believe it to be yourself? Are you certain? Yes, you are correct. Finally, you have remembered. Bro, what the fuck? Oh. That's right. You are. Seimon's consciousness, awoken by the curses and the rite of resurrection. Yo! However, having lost your memories, you forgot about the duty assigned to you. This is, if I may so, where I played my part, guiding you through the events of this story. As your consciousness was all that was left of you, you manipulated time and space by way of the story chart, jumping from vessel to vessel. Oh, sick! And manipulated your host's actions by whispering commands into their ears. In doing so, you were able to get the full picture of what needed to be done. But at one point, while still unconscious, you managed to remember your duty. The so-called mastermind behind these events, the one who awakened the rite of the curses, and was Yoko Fukunaga, descendant of Ashina herself. You unconsciously activated your curse and killed her. How interesting that she awakened Seimon's consciousness at the same time as the curses. That was one and only time she could have been stopped. But due to your influence on Shogo Oki's will, Yoko Fukunaga was brought back to life. Using the story chart to undo her death, I led you to believe that it was the work of the rite of resurrection itself. But as it turns out, seeing what would transpire if the mastermind was not killed at the outset, it was ultimately revealed the way to put an end to the curses for good. There were certain things which would have answered all your questions had you noticed them. For example, even when under your control, Shogo Oki willingly used his curse. When I asked, yeah, I was like, why is he still murdering people?
When I asked you early on how many Shogaoki had killed, this is what I meant. Had you not used the curse, Shogaoki would have done so of his own accord. Furthermore, Mayu Chozawa was able to recall information which only you knew. She was able to do this because she was connected to you through her curse echo, the beckoning light. That is so cool. In truth, Yoko is a descendant of an Onmyoji who continues to practice in modern times. Her ancestor Ashino attempted to steal the rite of resurrection in Honjo during the Edo period. Born with exceptional spirit sense, Yoko learned about her own ancestry while researching her roots, and was disappointed to find her bloodline had fallen into mediocrity. She became consumed with the ambition to restore her family's lost glory through her own powers, and devised a scheme to succeed where Ashino failed to perform the rite of resurrection. Yoko continued her training, developing her spiritual and curse powers until she discovered the Record of Fates, which offered her clues regarding the rite. She plotted to use the curses of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo to gather a large number of soul dregs by calling forth curse echoes and setting the stage for a mutual slaughter. The ultimate plan involving invoking a large-scale feast of shadows, awakening the curses, performing the rite itself, and bringing together enough soul dregs to revive Ashino. Since the effects of the curses increased the more people know and fear them, she first entrusted the Record of Fates to a local historian, Hideki Araishi, who could be used to easily spread the rumors. She also contacted Fumichika Nijima, a criminal with deep understanding of mystic arts that attained the curse stones needed to gather soul dregs. Unsurprisingly, Nijima was very interested in the story of Ashino, readily agreed to aid his revival. While carrying out these steps, Yuko learned of the existence of the Yin Scroll, which threatened to thwart her plans. She added a note about the scroll in the Record of Fates before giving it to Araishi, intending to acquire it before it could pose an issue. Through her investigations, Yoko discovered that Hajime Yoshimi was a descendant of Seimin and threatened him with a curse in an effort to scare him into revealing the whereabouts of the Yin Scroll. While Hajime bravely resisted Yoko's threats, she killed him with a curse to ensure Seimin's descendant would not stand in her way. As her preparations were coming together, Yoko obtained the seemingly less dangerous curse stone of the Whispering Canal in order to become a curse bearer. A necessity for gathering the curse stones for the Feast of Shadows, Shogaoki, also a descendant of Seimin, was eyed as a potential risk factor. Risk factor, and contacted to ensure he would be located nearby and subject to monitoring. However, unaware that the spirit of Seimin would be awakened within Shoko as soon as she invoked the curse, Yoko's plan was thwarted when she was immediately cursed to death by Seimin. We did it already! Now, allow me to ask you one last question. If you, knowing all that you know now, had the ability to resurrect one life, what would you do? I wouldn't want it. I would destroy it. Oh, I see. That was Simon's original intention. I apologize for leaving it out of the options when I first asked you this question. What? Now it is time to bring things to a close. Upon your arrival here, the rite of cleansing was activated, dispelling all other rituals and curses. Look upon the fruit of your efforts, and then we shall leave this world behind, for good. Thank you truly for all the work you have done. Thanks, storyteller. Yes, I actually realized that when I went to go look up this play as Shoko. I was like, what the fuck? Why did Takumi still die? I tried to not to kill him, and he died for some reason. I was like, what the fuck's going on with that? But I didn't press on it further. I put that in my mind. I'm like, okay. That's what happened. I can't believe it. I finally understand. Yeah. I was the one who did that to Yoko. The blood of the Onmyoji that's inside me broke into my consciousness and gave me that curse. Yoko was after the rite of resurrection. She was the one who awakened the curses of the 7 mysteries and cast the Feast of Shadows. And the only way to stop all of it was to put a stop to her here. Otherwise, the rite of cleansing might have been negated too. I wonder how much of it was really her doing all those things. Yoko. I guess that explains why I felt like it was fate when this all started. though she didn't seem to notice. I guess things were always destined to end like this, from the moment we met. I wish we could have met under different circumstances. No. No point in thinking like that now. God, I need a drink. Thinking a Moscow Mule, or 2, or 3. No GF material, Sag. Turns out she was homicidal. Aw. 12 a.m. How do we? I also need a drink. I need some water. Hang on. Ma'am, what is it? Just a dream. It seems that it was all just a dream. I dreamt that there was such a thing as the rite of resurrection. Just a dream. I'm sorry to say it, but there isn't. Right. Of course not. But even if there is no such thing, I promise you that I will get to the bottom of the kidnapping. In fact, I've happened to find a very important lead from over a year ago. Something that's evaded our reach until now. An eyewitness to the scene of the kidnapping. I see. Tetsu Tsutsumi. Don't worry guys, use evil, it's fine. Whoa, what the hell is this? The medical unit told me to get down here, what happened? As I was looking into Yoshimi's death at the former Yasuda Gardens, another body was discovered at a different park in the area. Could they be related? Sure looks like it, but... Excuse me, we found this among the victim's belongings. Thought you'd want to know. Huh? What's this? What the hell? Boss, look what was in the female victim's address book. Yoshimi's phone number and photo. What? And the picture. There's an X drawn on it with a bunch of weird symbols. And a hole where his heart would be. Bro, girl, you really did that? Just like, yes, I'll leave some evidence behind of my intents. No. Do you think, could he speak some kind of curse or something? How many times do I have to tell you not to try to connect everything to the occult? Damn it. This is a Nakagoshi case after all. Huh? What was that, boss? Don't worry about it. Make sure you put that photo into evidence. There's no doubt this is related to Yoshimi. Make sure you do a thorough sweep of the area. I'm gonna make a phone call. Got it. Leave it to me. Spend as long as you want on the phone. Yako Sakazaki. And so the Ouija board did not work. Mio, it turns out Michio really did die in an accident. Yeah, if we ask around, we might be able to get a little more information. Oh, that's right, it did work, but then they tried to go figuring it out. I guess there never really was such a thing as the rite of resurrection. But I did feel like there was a spirit watching over us. Damn it. Why? Nothing's happening! But now, my contract won't be... No. I should never have believed in this blasted record of fates. Loser. Oh, please tell me that fucking ass, that other teacher gets arrested, please. To all of you watching from far, far away, the rite of resurrection has never existed. Not in any world, not in any time. So I ask you to take the life you hold and move boldly forward, one step at a time. Richter, you're wise out. Do you want to question him? Hang on, there we go.
I want to get enough evidence or a search warrant.
That's the kidnapper?
Yep.
Yes, I'm the one who did it. So please, help me.
He's still being haunted.
She's always following me. I'm so sorry, Michio. I had no idea.
Something that reminds me of Life is Strange.
What? Hajime was killed? By this Yoko Fukunaga? How can that be? He wasn't the kind of guy to be picked off just like that. You know that!
Yeah, and Boss is hiding something. There seems to be some kind of secret hidden in the Hajime's family tree. Let me see if I can find out what it is. Where it's like, oh, the true ending was actually going to the original point in time. I had heard you would be absent today. Is there something you need? Well, I seem to have this spirit sense thing all of a sudden. I know it's the sort of thing our chairwoman doesn't approve of, so I thought I'd mention it. But they're still on the case. You could have called. Didn't think you were the standoffish type. I had to find out from you why. Oops, sorry. Forgot all about my favorite chief inspector. The hell are you planning? Nothing so heinous as you're thinking. I'm only Makoto Mian after all. Nothing but a lowly janitor. How are things with you? You getting along with your daughter?
I'm surprised this man is not arrested after everything he did.
Oh, you know. More or less. Was she at the place still?
That's still a weird thing, just having that man motherfucker out of his school. It's like, maybe you should not have that man in the school.
Well, there it is. We finally did it. That's the ending of the game. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you everyone for coming on out. Oh man. That was a good game. That was a good ass game. A really good ass visual novel. The people who made this game, they definitely were like really just, let's really play with that fucking fourth wall. We're really going crazy with this. I definitely see like a lot of inspirations from like stuff like Zero Escape or other things, like in terms of the story chart and how going around and doing all of it unfolds. But yeah, so like I said, it's actually the Life is Strange's ending, where it's like you go through the entire adventure, and then we realize the actual true ending, or I guess, where one of the true endings, I guess, is just let's sort of go backwards to the original focal point of the game and stop it from happening, or just see that like this was actually the correct option. It was yeah, it was very mind-bending. A lot of cool story arcs, a lot of great characters. It was really cool to see this all come together. Man, that's definitely one of a really damn good-ass visual novel. It's definitely high up there. I also like the little, it didn't need to do this, but I like the little pieces of information about real-ass Japan. They were just like, yeah, let's actually put, you know, let's actually reckon have a little lore here. It's like, yeah, a real life lore. But yeah. What a really, it was a great time. Oh man,
when you fucking watch the credits. It just starts to dim. That's so funny. I also am glad, though, that unlike Life is Strange, it actually goes through, like, okay, here's what happens after, and everything does still... I know, Life is Strange does that, too. The art is also really awesome. A lot of the character sprites and is really good. But basically, yeah, just showing the true ending being, like, things found a way of correcting themselves. And Shoko got to live. Good old Oki. You made it through. And that is it. Well, except for Yoko. Well, it happens. And also some characters that sadly died before the story's events really kicked off. Oh man, yeah. Still such a depressing story for Michio. That poor girl. It's so horrible for her. Yeah, also we don't really get to see the guy, the other teacher get arrested. Yeah, Kohei. We don't see him get arrested. But maybe he also gets haunted by the ghost and guilt. Oh no, they were crying when they found out all the stuff that happened to her. So I'm assuming he got arrested. He was like, oh yeah, no, that guy's a fucking sentence that guy to death. That guy's awful. But yeah. But yes, that was it. I'm glad I got to experience this story. It was a fun time. What a cool ass, mind-bending, twisty event of Tales. But yes, that is it. Thank you so much. I will play the sequel a little in the future. Maybe not immediately. I want to try this week, but